Well, hey guys, it's the Red Shadow here, and I'm back after a few years' absence, and we'll talk about that here in a moment. But first of all, I'm just trying to kind of get a look. I'm trying something new in a return to YouTube. I thought maybe I could try to up my game a little bit. I'm not doing editing. I'm not doing any of that stuff before. I'm just trying to better what minimal little setup I had going on anyway. So I've got a light up here as opposed to using my monitor on my computer to give me some sort of light. And I've got a better little stand for my camera. I'm still using my old Sony Handycam camcorder for this. But anyway, none of that is probably what's interesting. It's probably more interesting to know where have I been and what's been going on and why have I not been here for a little while. Well, it's pretty simple. The last time I did videos and stuff on YouTube should have been probably somewhere early to mid 2018. That was the year of the unemployment when I lost my job at the tail end of 2017 and didn't work for 9 months. And I had money for a while to live off of, and then when that money got tapped out, then I started to lose access to certain utilities, and internet is always the first one to go, and that's what happened. I lost my internet, and that makes it hard for me to be able to do YouTube, because I know you can do it on your phone, and I could possibly try to explore that option in the future if I'm ever without internet, and we're going to be talking about that here in a little bit. But perhaps I could use my phone to do it. I think things have been simplified and made easy enough that a dumbass like me could probably get it done. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So anyway, like I said, I was unemployed for a while, and then I went back to work for the same place I was working at, Walmart. Yeehaw. And I worked there for about 2.5 years. And then recently I have left them again, and I am now currently unemployed once more, and I think my internet's probably going to be shut down again real soon. I'm applying for other jobs, but I'm running into a lot of issues. Issues mainly with me and my mental health, my anxiety issues. My anxiety issues were killing me at the job that I was doing at Walmart, and that's what caused me to walk away from it. Now that I'm trying to find a job, that great big mysterious unknown world out there is really getting to me, and I'm having a lot of issues figuring out the kind of places and the kind of jobs that I think I could do. So anyway, I don't want to dwell on that too much. I don't want this video to really be super long and just me yapping and being boring to anybody who might watch this, but I just wanted to say that I have missed doing this. Obviously, I was able to live without this little outlet for my expression, sharing stuff, whether it's my thoughts or my gaming and movie collection and other shit that I'm into. I miss doing it, but it's not like it was the end-all, be-all for me. What I have missed is the connection that I used to have to traditionally walking over here to my computer and getting on my computer to play games, getting on my computer to go to Facebook and check my email and do YouTube, as in like watching YouTube, without the internet. And then the times that I've had internet, because I had internet back on for a little while last year, and I thought maybe the companies during coronavirus would maybe not penalize people for being a little bit behind on their payment for their bill. That wasn't the case. I got shut off pretty quick. In those couple of months that I had internet, I never really had a good chance to come back and do this. This takes forever for me. Things like this in general just take forever for me to sit down and do it. I've been wanting to do this for a few weeks now. Once I had an issue with the batteries for my camera. I now have 3 somehow, even though I ordered 1 and a charger off of eBay recently. I had a second battery already, and the battery that's in my camcorder. And once I figured out that I was not putting the battery into the back of the camera correctly, I realized, oh, I was fine the whole time. But live and learn, as they say. So that was a few weeks ago, maybe even a month or more, and it still took me this long to sit down and figure out my lighting and do what I was going to do with whatever this channel is supposed to be. So I guess the really the only other main thing I wanted to say is, if I'm able to record all these videos and get them uploaded before anything happens with my internet, before they decide to turn it off, because I am a little bit behind on the bill, like I said, there should be 4 or 5 videos that I'm going to drop. And I might even try to be fancy and upload them all and then schedule them to come out on like different days and have something show up every so often for a little while until I get things figured out in my life with the job and all that kind of stuff, and hopefully the internet won't be off for long. So anyway, those videos that I wanted to do were, of course, this, just a basic vlog. Hey, I'm back for the moment. Here's what's going on. And then I've got 2 pickup videos that I want to do. One that'll probably just be games, one that'll probably just be movies. And then I've been thinking a lot in just the last couple of months about gaming, a lot of gaming stuff that's been going on with E3 and all that. It's particularly opinions about E3 and stuff that I saw during the first, obviously things are different now in terms of E3 and gaming and whatnot with the COVID and the quarantine and all that kind of stuff. I have a lot of thoughts about these digital presentations and not doing the live in-person events and all that kind of stuff. And I wanted to talk about that and some other things gaming related. And that I think would be good for its own video. And then the last one that I wanted to do is my favorite games of all time. Last year in gaming, or on a gaming forum that I've been a part of for years, somebody on there did a list of their top, I think they did 15 or 20 or 25 or something like that. And it inspired me to kind of reassess where I'm at with my favorite games. If you go back on my channel to some of the first videos that I ever did, I sat down and talked in individual videos about some of my favorite video games. And a lot of those video games are still in my list. But when I sat down and really thought about it, and especially updated 5 years later from when I did those videos, I created a list. I just now wanted to say definitive list, but you can't ever say definitive. Games come out, new games come out, and you play them and you love them. Old games that you didn't play before, you finally make time for them. And things can change. Your opinion of stuff can definitely change. And so my opinions have changed a little bit. But I wanted to make a definitive list as of 2020, 2021, because I started thinking about the list last October. I finally finalized what I felt was my top 30 games in February of this year, along with a handful of honorable mentions, and it's all fluid and organic. I've played stuff since then that now have kind of entered my bubble, let's say, of my favorite games. So I thought it would be fun to sit down in one or perhaps a 2-part type video presentation of my favorite video games. I shouldn't use the term presentation because I don't want people to think that it's going to be edited and have gameplay footage and none of that. That's still not me. I'm still not into doing all that. I just don't have the time to put into it or the experience or knowledge on how to do that kind of stuff. So I'm never going to do any of that kind of stuff in my videos. But I want to grab all those games that are in my list and show those games, hold a game up and say, oh, look, here's that game. And then just talk a little about each. I'm not going to do another 30 video thing. I'm not going to talk about each game individually. It's just not necessary. Plus, once again, like I said, it's a matter of time. I just don't have the time to do something like that and not do other things, especially look for a job. So Anyway, I guess that's about it. That's about all I wanted to cover in this video. I'm just doing my best. Like I said, I don't have a job at the moment. I've had a car that's been broke down for a couple years. I've been driving my dad's van. This town that I live in is horrible and I hate it and I don't want to be here anymore. So I have grander, more important goals of, getting a job, taking care of the vehicle thing, and hopefully, even if it does come down to in a couple of years, hopefully getting back out of this town and back to where I used to live, and back to closer to some other family members I haven't seen in forever. So hopefully maybe I'll be able to sort of like track some of that here on my YouTube and talk about that stuff in the future as it happens. Should I, right the ship and get back on course and get back to a point where I'm not losing my internet access all the time, then maybe that'll be something. Who knows? I mean, I may do this little batch of videos and then you may never see me again on here. It's hard to say. I do enjoy doing this though, and for those few people who have kind of still stuck around, somebody left a comment a while back. I wish I could remember your name exactly. I'm sorry. I apologize for not knowing that right now before I sat down to do this, but somebody left a comment excuse me, a few months ago and been like, hey, you should come back, and that meant a lot to me. And I've got some close personal friends that I told about my YouTube channel who might see these videos as well. So thank you guys for watching it and supporting in any way that you can, but if you don't, it's no big deal too. Like I said, this is just something I do for me, and that's all I really need this to be. But for those who do watch this, thank you, appreciate it, and I'll be back shortly, hopefully, with those other videos I mentioned. Alright, here comes the awkward time when I reach up here and turn the camera off. Bye!